What's good, mi gente? What's going on, peoples? What's happening? If you see me on the screen, ya tu sabe, you already know. It's that time for another episode of Eddie G's Comic Culture. That's right, the only show that really matters on YouTube for y'all to check out. Thank y'all for joining me. This is a show that's dedicated strictly for comic books as well as pop culture. All across the board as far as movies, music, video games, comic books in particularly, so as it's centered around that. And all sorts of media from past, present, and absolutely, of course, the near coming future. So with that being said, the show is still sponsored by my great family over up in Jersey, Black Apparel. So make sure you check out that website right about now, www.blackapparelblk.com. They got some bomb ass gear. They got some great new tees, bomb ass tees that you guys need to check out. Their graphics are just amazing. So make sure you check them out. Shout outs to my boy Kevin out there, Kevin C. Wright. Shout outs to Blu-ray Earl, Blu-ray Dan, AJ on Instagram. Thank you, brother. I'm seeing you on your weight loss journey. Make sure you check out his channel as well. He's got some pretty dope content. Shout outs to Nerdy Blurb TV, always, you know what I'm saying. As you guys know, make sure you check out their channel on YouTube, as I took part of their fandom initiative regarding Marvel's Avengers Endgame. We got some great other hosts on there as well who've got some great material, so make sure you also click on them. Make sure you subscribe to those individuals. Some great like-minded individuals, young men and women, and who got just as much, They got some dope shit on their content, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now, so make sure you check them out. My boy Wins Collectibles, who also got his page up on Instagram. He's always got some great unveilings as well as his statues, and he's always doing some awesome. He's got some great pickups. He's got like his extension. He has an extended collection of variant covers that is just absolutely amazing. So make sure you guys check him out. So with that being said, it's time to kick off the show. And here I am with some new stuff. Well, not actually new, honestly, guys. I'm so sorry. First and foremost, let me begin the show with with my apologies. I haven't seen Far From Home yet, unfortunately, because of my work schedule's been a little crazy. So I haven't been able to give you guys a review. Most definitely the weekend coming, I got some time finally, thankfully, and I will be checking it out. And I'll be definitely same night. Next Saturday is when I'll be having that review up and ready for you guys as well. And it's going to be pretty interesting considering the reason why I did this episode is because there's going to be another main event actually occurring at the same weekend as well next weekend. And if you guys don't know, if you've been living under a rock, it's actually San Diego Comic-Con 2019. That's right, San Diego Comic-Con 2019. One of the most anticipated cons in quite a while, I would say, actually, coming fresh off the heels of the end of Marvel's Endgame, as well as Spider-Man's Far From Home, still being, still dominating the box office in theaters as well. Right about now, the anticipation is really building up for Hall H, because I know Marvel, it's been pretty much, it's been confirmed by the MCU. Marvel Studios have already confirmed that they were going to have a real major, like a major presentation in Hall H this Saturday night. And we're all anticipating, all fans all over the world are anticipating the Phase 4 lineup. Now, as far as the announcements are concerned, everybody's left scratching their heads because Kevin Feige's been throwing hints that so far they're just still in the beginning phases of trying to figure out how to bring the X-Men and the Fantastic Four in now that they've gotten them. So they don't really have anything concrete as of yet, but it would be nice. I think they do, because I know Marvel Studios have always been great with their planning as far as building their universe is concerned. We've all seen the exact payoff and all of that. So I'm pretty sure we should have some sort of at least a release date for the X-Men and Fantastic Four, and that's what mainly most fans are looking for, because we don't even know nothing about, I'm pretty sure if they haven't really developed any methods as to how to introduce these characters into the Marvel Cinematic Universe yet, it's more than likely, that they're just still in the beginning phases of how to, they don't have anybody at all as far as, casting news. So that's just out the window. But the possibility of the announcement of these release dates for these movies is really, really what has the interest going on. It's putting the spotlight on them, and they really, Marvel Studios actually sat out the convention last summer. So now they're really, they're really set to take over. And considering the fact that Warner Brothers DC Films is actually bowing out this year, it gives them that much more elbow room to go ahead and dominate, which I'm sure they will. And realistically speaking, like, we're all just anticipating, chomping at the bit. We've been hearing rumors here and there about Millie Joe Bobby Brown from from Stranger Things. Apparently, she was being cast. They thought that she was being cast in Eternals, but that wasn't the case. Apparently, because she debunked that rumor immediately. But we're all just wondering what's gonna happen. Like, like, what's gonna happen next? Where is it gonna go from here? I know we're gonna be no. Excuse me. I know we're gonna have concrete, release dates for Doctor Strange 2 and Black Panther 2. However, I don't know what footage they'll be presenting, if they have. I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange 2, I think, has some sort of footage. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. But hopefully they'll surprise us. And that's the main thing. Is that they'll show up with like a bag of goodies. Like Santa Claus, you know what I'm saying? Just, it's like Santa Claus showing up to a party, but basically it is a party for, like, for the whole world, and he's got a lot of shit in his bag for everyone to see. So, with that being said, like, it's really interesting to see the dominance of Marvel Studios, how it's gonna really play out, and it's really gonna give a lot of other, it's going to give a lot of rivals and competitors, adversaries, I guess you could say, with rival studios, a lot of, a lot to look up to, a lot to build up on as well. I'm looking at you, Warner Brothers. But getting back to that, most importantly, this is, Warner Brothers is, as I said before, Warner Brothers is apparently sitting out San Diego this year, which leads to quite a bit of speculation. I've seen across social media, through numerous websites, that rumor mills have been starting that Warner Brothers is actually looking to reboot the entire DC universe and actually make them into two separate universes, and then initially have them planned as to crossover, so on and so forth. And right now, I think they're just really mulling over what they're gonna have to do. I know I know they're coming off of the success of Aquaman, because they did have a pretty good year with Aquaman and Shazam, despite the fact that Shazam was really, as soon as Shazam was released, it really didn't have that much of a window of time for it to be something to be revered like that because of Endgame. So, but it did end on a high note with that, because Shazam actually won over not just the fans but the critics as well. It was it was well received all across the board. So naturally, I believe we all know the story. We all know what happened. Between the started shared, the universe that there was already the shared universe that they attempted to start with in the beginning, and how it crumbled into pieces. Now at this point, considering that Batman's been recast, and Amy Adams and Lawrence Fishburne are no longer involved, as well as Jesse Eisenberg actually throwing his name out there, talking about he's done with Lex Luthor himself. I think it's pretty safe to say that the Man of Steel universe is pretty much done. Now, I hope that Warner Brothers takes the time out to really take this opportunity to huddle up and get a game plan going. Because it's, in all honesty, as far as the reboot is concerned, the writing's pretty much on the wall. If you ask me personally, the writing has pretty much always been on the wall, which is exactly why I feel that Wonder Woman 84 has been pushed back for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe that Wonder Woman 84 is actually going to possibly, I believe Wonder Woman 84 is going to be the springboard, jumping point, launching pad for the for that reboot to occur. Because there's going to be some time, there has to be some sort of time travel element into the film, obviously. But it's retconning Wonder Woman's past in in the DCCU. And with that being said, it's only logical to think that they're going to use that to springboard the rest of the DCE, the DC cinematic universe on screen to be rebooted as well. And it only makes sense considering the fact that Batman is now being played by a younger actor. He's being shaved quite a few years now. He's not a late, he's not an old seasoned veteran. But it's hopefully Warner Brothers really focuses and how gets their tunnel vision in order, so that they can come back next year and do something. Give us the, give the fans, and give us some reason to be excited about their projects, because that's what we want. And Marvel's been able to do it, wonderfully on screen for the past 11 years already. Even though, and despite the movies that you don't like, and even the movies that you don't prefer, they still do, meaning, they still do well. They have a fan base. So with that being said, this is the exact same footing that DC needs to find itself. It's just, a lot of bad decisions been made, and God knows what, we all know we all know the outcome of that, but it is what it is. So besides that, maybe I think I'm expecting some Joker footage. I'm not too sure. Maybe some Birds of Prey footage as well. I need to see something. As far as Birds of Prey is concerned, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not really excited about that film. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what's gonna happen with it. But I'm hoping that whatever footage that they have available at the helm, if they decide to show something, I hope it's something that's worth my time. Because if not, I'm just gonna write that one off completely and just dismiss it. But other than that, I'm also anticipating what's gonna be heading. What books are gonna be coming out. Like as far as any titles, like Shazam, and this is gonna be another thing that I'm gonna be back. That's another thing we're getting back. I'm gonna definitely be doing. I'm getting back on very soon. Is my comic book reviews, my issue reviews for you guys. So stay tuned for that. So I'm definitely hyped up as to seeing what kind of books are they gonna present at this convention. I still haven't heard anything about a Shazam series. I know that they were supposedly they were planning on doing an ongoing series for him, especially with the film coming out. But I still haven't heard anything about that. And ever since the Dark Knight's Metals and all that Dark Knight Metals storyline happened, I still my main interest is what's coming up next. What are they going to present, and not just the main publishers either, some independent publishers as well, because that's why I wish I was at the con for that, because that's the best place for you to find total independent publishings from, and you'll find some wonderful books out there. Believe me, you'll find some wonderful books, and it's always that great feeling of whether or not are you gonna find something that's great or or is it a complete dud? You know what I mean? Like that's really, to me, that was one of the main exciting parts about buying comics, especially it's like I said, especially off of independent books as well. But I can't wait to see especially what's going on. Oh, before I even forget that announcement about John Carpenter, ladies and gentlemen, the director of the original Halloween film in 1978, will be debuting in October a one-shot Joker book he himself is writing. I cannot tell you exactly how excited I am for that shit to drop, considering how John Carpenter to me is one of the masters of horror, if not the master of horror, with Halloween and The Thing and Jesus, what was that other? That it was the oh my God, he had that vampire film with James Woods. I forgot. If you guys remember, please just throw me in the comment section, remind me. But the fact that he's writing a one shot for the Joker, just, oh my God, it fucks my head up. I gotta be honest with you guys, it really does. It messes my head up completely, because I just wow, man, this guy, damn, of all things for him to do after a film, especially with the success of the recent Halloween sequel as well, this is beyond exciting for me. So I'm definitely stupid hyped for that book, for that one shot. I will be picking that. That is a day one off the racks. So, but I'm also looking to see what they're gonna do with some other books as well. I'd like to see if there was going to be any presentations of the Ninja Turtles. I would love to start going back to picking up some of their comic, some of their picking up their line as well, picking up their series. But yeah, man, I'm really waiting to see what they're gonna do. Hopefully, if they're gonna, I'd love to know. I'd love to see if they make another, if they would just release another Superman ongoing monthly book. But that would be, that's too much to ask, and it's not the early '90s anymore. But wishful thinking. But with that being said, I'm definitely hyped up, and I'm gonna end up closing out this episode. What do you guys think? If you have any opinions or any questions, what are you looking most forward to for San Diego this weekend? If you haven't hit the subscribe button, stop playing yourself and subscribe. And you, like I said, anything you want to know, just hit me up in the comment section. We'll get this conversation started. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great night, a great week. Peace and love.